Welcome back, everybody. Here we are with our Eastern Europe DPC Tour 1 Division 1, and it's all coming down to the wire. Lots of very important matches remain. I'm joined by Trent again, as we've got Team Spirit against Virtus.pro as our second series of the day. And just, quick run through of what does this mean for both of these teams?
What does it mean? Well, Dota is life. And so it means success and the thing they've put all their time and efforts into for the better part of 5 to 7 to 10 years, depending on
the whole
who
life.
it is. Yeah, it's pretty much what they eat, sleep, breathe. Yeah, that's what it means.
Okay.
Oh, you mean the standings?
The standings.
Oh, he meant the standings, everyone. Well, standings-wise, we'll start with the good news, if you want to put it that way. Team Spirit can 100% secure their slot from this region at the major with a victory in this series. They will move up to 6-0 to be tied with BetBoom, who will then clash off as the best of the best battle later this season. But no matter what happens there, both teams will still be going to the major. So that's scenario number 1. Gary, what happens if Virtus.pro win?
Oh, God. It gets a bit interesting, doesn't it? So VP win, they start to tie with Hellraisers. And then we have VP against Na'Vi. And we have Hellraisers against Darkside. So then we're relying on the result from those two games to find out who the third slot goes to. But
Does that mean we get my favorite phrase?
What's that?
Is it tiebreakers?
Tiebreakers.
we like those.
We do love a bit of tiebreakers. Yeah, we definitely could have. There's even the potential for like a 3-way tie here, right? If VP win against Spirit here and win against Na'Vi, and Hellraisers win against Darkside, then we have a 3-way tie at 5 series wins apiece. So that's going to be a bit spicy if we go down that route. But so far, Team Spirit, I think going into the series, going to be pretty comfortable. Feels like they've improved a lot through Tour 1. And definitely favorites coming in against VP here.
Yeah, we talk about like having concerns about Spirit and everything. I don't know, because they've lost 4 games. BetBoom's only lost 1.
Oh.
So Spirit, they just looked a little bit shakier than BetBoom, who just kind of came out swinging, and that's why everyone is kind of favoring BetBoom, I think, on top of this region right now. But like you just said, Spirit just look better and better and better every single time that we see them. They look more and more comfortable. So I fully am in belief of them here. But I will say, from what I've seen of Virtus.pro, they've had some very impressive games, some great individual performances as well. So I certainly believe they have what it takes to win this. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, and already we see this kind of interesting draft shift up. The great games we've seen from Virtus.pro have been off the back of like a Squadix Ember Spirit in particular. And Team Spirit, we saw them play a safe lane Ember Spirit not too long ago when they wanted to shift their draft around against a Huskar. Early picks there with an Enchantress Ember are something that is definitely a move away from the norm for Spirit.
5 seconds remaining.
Certainly seems a little bit tailored, I would say, to what they've been up to on Virtus.pro. You know, it's you're not getting it this time. It's not happening today. So gonna find a different tool to throw in the mid lane.
Yeah, definitely. And bans wise, Snapfire and Death Prophet, DP, no major surprises there, has been the standout hero of Div 1 Tour 1 from every region, pretty much, along with Alina, which is also banned out. And Broodmother, Beastmaster gone. But the Snapfire ban, the first ban from VP against Team Spirit, it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we got after how well Laurel played it last time, I 100% agree. Like, Mira at TI10 back then was considered, I think, the best snap of that tournament, and it looked like probably his best hero as well. And obviously, it's got some interesting counter picks. I feel like there's more and more Undying. There's more and more Phoenix as well. That hero still looks pretty strong. And they get a little unplayable versus Snap. That's no fun. You're dealing with the overall flexibility. The Shard seems better than I anticipated. I feel like it's actually pretty good for supports, even though it misses out a bit compared to the core stun. The fact that it works well without a Blink Dagger is a lot nicer.
Yeah, and the fact you can just insta-clear creep waves pretty much, right? You've still got that ability just to shove out waves. And like you're saying, the triple flex, you mentioned Lal and Mira, then there's also Collapse that can play it as the position 3.
True.
So you're taking away this triple flex hero from first phase, which is so incredibly strong nowadays.
Especially when there's a 10th pick. Like if they have final pick, like you don't want to deal with that. Although that's kind of funny though, because we're mentioning all this and then they just grab an Ember even though they have 10th pick. So I wonder what kind of flexibilities they're gonna have in mind, or if Yadro is just like feeling it today and he just wants to play something a little funky, so he wants last pick.
I mean, we've seen position 4 Ember Spirit from South America, right? We've got Sladin and Michael and a couple of others that play it. Maybe Team Spirit have picked that up and added it to their
10
repertoire.
seconds
But
remaining.
it's definitely flexible between Lal and Yatoro, that's for sure. We've seen that already.
5 seconds
As the
remaining.
second phase of bans, already mentioned the Beastmaster, Primal Beast, and Pango now being taken out. Do you want to see any other heroes that can maybe safeguard the Ember Spirit? Any of his counters removed?
I mean, we've talked a lot about Huskar and some of the other regions. I don't know if you have to go that far. I think the Bat has looked pretty solid overall as a hero. The Puck is being banned more and more, I've noticed as well, when the Embers are coming out early. I'm not sure. I mean, I love Puck personally, but I'm not sure how that matchup is feeling right now. Obviously, it's very annoying to get coiled, and we used to always have this discussion about, like, Void Spirit actually counters Puck, and then they all just kept getting coiled and dying. And Ember's obviously very similar in the way they play, so... that can be a little bit back and forth. Like it probably just depends more so on like how much you're worried about the opponent playing Puck.
Yeah, because we talk about like counters as this overarching umbrella term, but there's counters in lane, counters in mid game, counters late game. Itemization can counter heroes as well. There's lots of mitigating factors there. Slark definitely a hero that can counter Ember in lane and in game, so I think that's a very solid ban from Team Spirit, especially when they've already got a Magnus. So you're looking at these hardcore agi carries already as being buffed up by the mag with that Empower, and you want to try and remove a few of them from the hands of Krillat.
Yeah, the Ricky is still in. That could be something in a double pick for Virtus.pro.
Ricky Marana, just send the Rubik mid. We had 9 playing Rubik twice. No, he played Rubik once mid last night in Western Europe, so it's something.
Oh, really?
That,
I actually missed that one.
Did they win that? I think they lost that game. I think they got stomped by their opponents.
Team Spirits.
Didn't look particularly. I mean, it looked okay. It was against a Bat in lane. It's like, okay, you did well there, but yeah,
but
pretty poorly.
Come on,
it's Rubik. He rushed Octarine Core.
Oh, don't worry. No, they won. It was versus Secret. They 2-0'd them.
But last night?
Nope. That was a while ago. Never mind. Sorry, I clicked the wrong day. It was versus Entity, and they lost. Gary,
Entity, that's the one.
You fools. Yes. Yeah. Lost in a 47-minute game. Damn, Entity got the 2-game win at the end. Nice. Good job, Entity.
Yeah. It was a banger
that's
of a
getting
series.
Spicy then, eh? All right. Well, this is Eastern Europe. I won't talk about Western Europe. Their table looks a lot messier than our table. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, ours is a little bit cleaner. We've got one at the top already secured, and then potential tiebreakers all the way down. I love the fact that no one's relegated yet either. You know, Namiga and One Move here still have a chance, depending on how all of these results do end up going. But a very slow and deliberate second ban phase there. Ursa, Tiny joined the Primal Beast, and Slark. Now a Hoodwink for Team Spirit. So it looks like Miposhka Ench, Hoodwink for Mira, and we're still keeping that Ember open as VP have that double pick.
Yeah, interesting. I think usually you want to save that reserve time, obviously, into the last 2 picks of your draft as Team Spirit. This pick usually doesn't take quite as long. So I'm wondering if something in those bans kind of upset Virtus.pro a little bit there. Or sorry, Team Spirit a little bit, because very unusual to spend so much reserve time just grabbing the other support. Could have been thinking about like what heroes were left for collapse and what they want in the lane. Like, is there a chance we're going to play like an Enigma or a Nature's Prophet or something? Do you want a melee support, or like can I play Hoodwink? Because like I like Hoodwink versus Meg quite a bit, because like he tends to try and make these like group up plays, and it's very unlikely you're the one who's going to get RP'd, and so you might be able to catch like a big save with a bushwhack or something after the big plays. But the big
TB Ember core duo, and yeah, leaving Collapse's hero till the very end. And we see a couple more bans. And now that starts to make me wonder, is this Ench going to be a 3? Is Ember, are we going to see some weird shift up from Team Spirit here? But I think they're a team that's going to be very, very solid, make sure that they take game 1 with no shenanigans. And VP with a Kunkka Mirana, great combo, decent against Ember in that mid lane is Kunkka, and then you've got that X Mark Arrow combination to be able to catch any of these heroes from Spirit.
Team Spirit's turn to ban.
There's an awful lot of catch on VP, actually. Any duo of these heroes can actually take someone down pretty quickly.
Yeah, especially in the early game. And honestly, they're not building quickly into a lot of strong HP items on the side of Team Spirit. So you got a little bit of like assassination time for Virtus.pro. I guess you just ban out a couple of like Empower friends that they might be looking for to create like a stable game.
Virtus.pro.
I don't know if you have to go as far as like the PL.
I mean, we're looking at position 1 for VP as the last, right?
Yeah.
Rubik 4, Mirana 5, Magnus 3, Kunkka 2. And probably looking for the carry. And then Team Spirit need their offlaner still.
10
But yeah, I wouldn't be
seconds
surprised to
remaining.
see Ember Spirit go for a pretty quick BKB just to be
Yeah.
able to try and fight,
5
because Terrorblade's going to be the
seconds
one that's lapping up some of that farm in behind the other 4 heroes, as they probably play a bit more actively with Ember and Hoodwink, that duo able to really scour the map and hunt people down when they are trying to farm with this Empower buff on them. And Chantra's very good at planting herself in enemy territory and just taking control of a jungle. So for Spirit, I would love to see Collapse on a hero that can either push towers or join team fights with the Hoodwink and Ember Spirit, like first 10 minutes. The Trent 10-minute timing.
That's right. I think, yeah, pushing towers and like some mild form of initiation will be great for them right now, because you just want to make space. I don't want to see anything that's too passive. I think you want to be a bit involved in these situations. Of course, you go down that route and you'll have the matchup, I guess. It's probably going to be very important as well that you find a good matchup, because you really want to slow down whatever this Virtus.pro hero is. So might be worth keeping your eyes on that. Making sure you got lots of reserve time after.
Yeah, and it feels like it can't be too greedy, right? With a TB Ember, I'm looking at something more like a Dragon Knight or a Chaos or a Centaur, rather than the Collapse Doom, right? That would be an option that they could go for, but probably looks too slow and too greedy here to play with the rest of the team. What about Darkseer? We've got the Lawnmower potential there. Darkseer Ember Spirit.
That could be good because and there goes the DK. Yeah. That's the perfect hero, right? Pushes, has the mild stun. That's just what you need. The thing about the Darkseer too is, he won't have a melee ally on Team Spirit, but he has the Lawnmower Ember, and you can get the Ench creeps, which is gonna be pretty cheeky too. You can help boost them up.
Remaining.
They probably want an Agi hero here, I'm guessing, for Virtus.pro as well, and so the Darkseer is likely gonna have a good matchup there. I'm trying to think, is there any position 1 that doesn't get owned by Darkseer but also likes Empower? I guess Animage is the only one.
Yeah. Yeah, he does well in lane, right? But later on, Darkseer makes an illusion of him and things get a little rough.
Yeah.
I don't think there is one. Like CK, Faceless Void, all these heroes. Like maybe a Troll could work.
Virtus.pro's turn to
or like
pick.
A PA maybe. PA and Terrorblade I think is pretty even. If anything, I think Terrorblade's kind of happy in that situation. Just don't get crit, lol.
Yeah.
I like the Void Band. That's a very stable hero.
Team Spirit.
Man, where is that Nature's Prophet? That's the Troll.
God. Oh, there he is.
They're doing it. A Troll into Ember Hoodwink. Kind of scary with all the roots they've got. Oh, a hero that I've completely forgotten about. Wait, weren't you mentioning this hero has no picks?
Yes, I was, sir. He was. The last time we checked, he was completely uncontested. Since then, I'm happy to let you guys know he's been picked and banned once. He did lose his game. And the team that banned him won their game. So, where does that leave us? I'm not sure.
His third appearance in a draft for every region in the DPC?
That is correct. And in fact, there's only now 2 heroes that are completely uncontested, and all heroes that have been banned at least once have also been picked at least once. So these 2 heroes have just not been featured in the draft at all.
Is Warlock still one of them?
No, Warlock got in.
Oh, he did.
He did make an appearance. He he won his game. Well done, Warlock. Congratulations.
Nice.
It's actually just the Bone Fletcher Clinks and Bristleback, both uncontested.
And it's wild how Bristleback went from at the Arlington Major being this busted hero that everyone's picking to just being ignored. 9 months later?
It's also funny because those are 2 pretty popular heroes, I think, in the lower tiers of Dota, if I'm not mistaken.
You go to Grubby's
meta.
Go to Grubby's stream. He's playing Clinks every game. But yeah, before we start this match, the draft now concluded. We can have a quick peek into a video from EGB, one of our sponsors.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
There we go. You took a quick peek at the numbers in pubs, have you? What we're looking like for Clinks and Bristleback?
I mean, they're just all over. The lower tier pubs people are just confused because you go down to the lower, the lower MMR where the blue collar Dota players are. You're seeing Clinks in more than 1 every 10 games. Same thing with Bristleback. The heroes there, they're both around 9 to 13%. Very popular heroes compared to the rest of the field. I guess not so much of the top tier. Bristleback's actually the second least picked hero once you get to Divine and Immortal.
Wow.
Only Medusa is picked less.
I mean, what's the reason for that? Is it like it feels like Pudge has kind of replaced Bristle in what he does?
That's a great point.
And it's just better than him?
That kind of happened at Arlington too, from a few teams, right?
Yeah.
Like we started seeing that Pudge and it was really strong. I guess it's I'm not sure what he must have had a bad change. I can't remember what it was, but there had to have been a pretty wicked patch at the same time because he was mega busted feeling.
And then I guess Clinks is the same kind of thing. There's just heroes that do Clinks things better. Like TB in this game, we've got Drow Ranger and Nature's Prophet. All these ranged right clickers just feel much stronger.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I've always been a bit of a Bristleback hater, I gotta say. Except for when he was like mega broken. But I think that hero is just really hard to make work. I think he's one of the worst heroes in pubs. I think that, like, please don't pick Bristleback, guys. The only way you're gonna have a good game is if your opponents make a bunch of mistakes, which fair enough. I guess if you want to rely on that, go for it. Or your team makes a bunch of ancient stacks.
Or if you play Turbo or Overthrow and you wait until the very last second to pick your hero, making sure there's no Vipers or AAs or anything, and just crush the game.
Okay, that could be pretty good too, I guess.
Just turn your back. What are they gonna do? Die to cool sprays. And Team Spirit trying to get themselves in on that top rune. TB and Ench. I don't know if they can zone back Notice and Seosh here. It looks like, yeah, Magnus gonna grab one of the bounty runes there. Quite a bit of damage onto the Rubik though from these two. As we will get 2 runes for VP. And what happened to the fourth one? Did it get denied by somebody? No, it's still no. I'm stupid. It's still up there. Miposhka falls back to it. No one was there to grab it. It's there.
Got those big hero icons, sometimes.
Yeah, it's just not on the map. Where is it?
But no surprises in the laning setups here. Everyone is at the lane you expect. And yeah, the most interesting thing probably going to be this Axe versus Troll Warlord lane. Troll Warlord, something that gets complained about quite a bit, I feel like, in terms of his general design. We're all hoping for a rework of that ultimate, I feel like, in the next big patch. Just doesn't feel very fun to play against or with.
It is lore accurate, though, isn't it?
For the lore. Fair.
Yeah, for the lore. But it's so funny seeing a Reddit thread pop up like a year and a half ago. It's like, wait, hang on. All of Troll's hero responses are like online troll memes, like actual like troll responses.
The community's maturing. They just realized,
They understood.
Wait a second.
He's one of the bad guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a big twist ending.
It's in the name. But yeah, Axe Hoodwink, maybe not the best lane to go up against for them. This Mirana Troll double range against the Axe is going to feel a bit nasty. But once the game develops, we get Vanguard, we get Mira a few levels. As here, we already see Mira getting caught out by a slight arrow and a few axes thrown by Krillat for the first blood. It doesn't feel comfortable for Spirit, but as we move forward, these heroes can just slay.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be annoying, though, getting first blood over to a Troll. As, he's looking for a quick start here, queuing up the Falcon Blade right now. As, again, we don't often see Troll very much these days. I'm kind of curious how they're going to play it. What sort of a pacing he's going to be opting on this hero. Well, the general is pretty much this. They just go like Falcon Blade, Battle Fury.
But he's got Empower, doesn't he?
That's right. So I guess you just go Maelstrom? I mean, let's be a pretty good Maelstrom game.
Yeah. I mean, he might opt for one of those kind of stats builds with like Diffusal, Manta style, something like that. Because Manta against the Axe, Manta against these roots, going to be very, very strong to be able to dispel them. But we'll see what direction he goes.
Yeah, some people have been trying like Shadow Blade builds as well into like Bloodthorn. Lots of Diffusal, as you said. Some into like Orchid. So I don't know. Arteezy recently did a... What the hell? Arteezy went phase, Battle Fury 11 minutes, 17-minute Ags, and then Octarine.
Oh.
That's
just perma axes. What was he against? Like, what is he dispelling there?
I mean, yeah, let's talk about that game, not this one that we're watching.
Yeah.
I agree. Let's check out RTZ's Smurf Pal. Let's see, a Bat Rider, a Monkey, and it looks like this game might have been, actually, no, it looked like it was played out.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting build, interesting build.
I might see the action from Krill out. We'll see how that goes, as he does get called up in the midst of a creep wave, but a good arrow from DPC in from the sidelines and leaps forward to kill the Axe this time. And his bottom lane absolutely not comfortable for Team Spirit, so they've got to make it up in their other lanes, as it looks like Yataro's having a grand old time top. Miposhka's zoned the back. Again, we've got this no Blightstone build from the Ench, just going full regen and stats. And Rubik, Magnus, they're being held back at their tier 1 perpetually.
Yeah, typically I feel like this lane likes to shove in. And they just like to blast it into the tower and farm it up, which could be partially what's happening here as well, in that it's like doubling back, coming towards them. So they will find their farm in the end, and then just try and play around the meadows. I think overall this looks pretty okay for Virtus.pro. Mag will get his farm. But the question is, when are you ever going to send it? Oh, this is it. That is it.
Under tower we go. Yataro pops his magic stick. He's got tangos as well. It looks like VP running out of damage here, and there's no connection from the mid laner. He's gone down to bottom rune. Fadebot won't finish him, but notice with the shockwave, finally takes him down.
Was it worth your life to try for my horn?
Because the Wild Wing Ripper just gets there a little bit late, unfortunately. I mean, you got lots of armor to tank the tower, but eventually they will get you. So that is huge. They really needed that kill, because if he just able to comfortably farm there, it's just going to increase the time that he gets to stay in the lane and not get forced to the jungle on the earlier end, which is kind of the goal versus Terribly down bottom. The revenge as well.
Oh, Collapse. Go on, Collapse. Punch him a few times. Give it to the Axe.
Like you said, the Vanguard is the concern.
Yeah. Once Collapse gets that Vanguard, this lane is like untenable for the Radiant. He's going to start cutting waves, but even pulling waves into jungle camps to accelerate his own farm. And that'll give Mira a little more space to get experience as well. Krill are going to come back down bottom. Top lane looks like it's, yeah, Spirit just shoving that wave continually in towards the Radiant tier 1. And mid lane, the one we've not looked at really too much. Ember against Kunkka. Lal, yeah, 30 and 7. Squadix pretty much dead same. Double bracer build on Squadix though.
Tagging up. Meanwhile, I'm watching Ducalis and Mira here. Mira just sort of following along Ducalis. He does block off the Ancients, as it is an Axe lineup, and they love stacking those Ancients and farming once he has the Vanguard. He's going to try and deny himself to the Ancients now, I presume. It's going to be close.
Oh, Mira. Oh, God. Gets the kill. Dancing around the granite golems. We'll find it as in the mid lane, Centaur from Miposhka scouts out the Rubik. Slows him down, stomps him up. Doesn't look like the Ember Spirit's anywhere nearby. He's TP'd home to refill his bottle and zip back down to the bottom DD rune, which was guarded by Mira. Quite a bit of pressure.
He's meting up top with the catapult here, too, at the same time.
Oh, wow.
So, quite a bit of damage on there, as notices to pull the wave back.
And here's the strength of Miposhka. Even pre-level 6, already putting himself in harm's way to try and scout out what VP are up to. He'll lose his life here, but drawing the attention of 2 supports and maybe even getting a kill on the Rubik. Okay, gets the lift on the Hellbat. Gets away from danger. But now you've dragged 3 heroes into your own, into their own triangle. Lal is now cutting wave, getting in behind tier 1. And the rest of Spirit pretty happily farming.
Yeah, Mira's also here mid, but you can't really connect on anything here anyway. Even if he hits that bushwhack, I mean, not gonna be a very successful maneuver.
Middle tower is under attack.
They were angling for the slight chains with that Hellbear Smasher. X-Mark boat's gonna get dodged out by the Ember. Nice DD rune paying dividends, getting the kill on Squadix. Well, they just move into towers so quickly. Top took a bit of damage from Meta. Now mid lane with his DD rune. Team Spirit very fast-paced.
That feels really bad to go double bracer and still die in your lane. Yeah. Just because they were willing to put that much attention onto it and take it down. Like, I feel like a double bracer build screams, I want to stay in this lane and play this lane and hold it for a long time. And your tower's gone at 7.5 minutes. Bit of a problem. Bushwhack here onto Ducalis.
And no leaps remaining, hey? Mira has Acorn Shot, but not enough damage to keep on going. And it looks like this is where Collapse has started jungling a bit to supplement his farm rate.
Yeah, taking that ward though, Mira, with the so good and tasty ward gold.
So good and tasty. They see the Kunkka here. Start off with the chains. Nice dodge of the torrent by Lal. Sidesteps it. And with Rubik trying to save his mate, Squad X needs all the help he can get, but the rotation in from the hoodwink here makes sure he dies. So a couple of deaths in quick succession for this Squad X Kunkka.
Mira's just everywhere. And it goes back down bottom, comes back towards the mid lane. They secure that regen. It's so funny to see Miposhka with no points as well in the impetus there, but it doesn't even matter. Like, he's right-clicking the Kunkka for, like, nothing at all. Barely any damage. But just slowing, controlling, helping with the creeps.
Yeah, it's one of those games where you look at the kill score, 4-4. Net worth lead, 2k. It's like, okay, Team Spirit winning a little bit, but it feels like this game is just fully controlled by Spirit. Every move is working perfectly for them, and they're taking over the map.
Yeah, the good news is that Ancient Block is still there. As Collapse, he clicks, he goes to stack the Ancients, he Tumbler toys to the other camp, and then goes to the double stack, and he's going to come back and be like, huh, unfortunate.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, what happened
is
here?
under
Did I
attack.
miss my stack? Surely not. Oh, here's more gold into the pockets of Team Spirit. Another
Radiant's
tier
top
1 tower.
has fallen.
Gonna make that Roshan attempt a little later on, that a little bit safer. Yeah, the map just getting incredibly small for VP right now. What are they waiting for? Like, what's their key moment here?
Kunkka to win his lane.
Ah, right. Yes. Let's rewind to go back in time, shall we?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I
I feel
clicked
like
on
that-
noticed, and I was thinking mag blink, that's the way. Yeah, of course he's going the mech first, natural, but Hand of Midas has slipped into his quick buy as well, Trent.
It could be a while. I do like the idea of not going Battle Fury Troll, though. I hope that he does not change his mind on this. I think S and Y, really just anything but Battle Fury. I'd be fine with the Maelstrom even. I do think that they need to fight a little bit here. And S and Y is the true fighting item.
Oh yeah, I like
More
S
so
and
than
Y.
Maelstrom.
Yeah, I suggested the Manta, but Manta BKB often feels a little awkward. S and Y
Yeah.
BKB can be much nicer build up and tankiness than can even think about the Skadi later on. As Mira chases Ducalis away from that bottom jungle, and with Lal coming in, I'll try and chase this Mirana into the trees. He's still got the chains, doesn't he? Yeah, Lal not even wasting mana here on the Mirana. A final swipe of the swords, and a catapult wave behind Collapse means a quick push into another tier 1, while objectives on the map for VP, they are all full HP, except bottom tier 1, which is taking like 100 damage.
And now, instead of the Magnus perhaps tying up a Blink Dagger, there's one on Collapse here. And this was, again, without even having Ancient stacks to work with. He's still this farmed right now. He's the most last hits in the entire game. He's at 6k net worth. So Mira drawing all this attention to the other lanes, and once the Vanguard's up, the Troll is no longer dominating that lane.
And they're
So all those early kills were worthless.
attempting to kill Yatoro. Drop him to half health, but he's got Dragon Lance and Stripe Tread, so more than tanky enough to withstand the Skewer and the Telekinesis. Squadix. Thinking about the Torrent, now going to go for the X-Mark boat instead. Mira, is he going to dodge this with a sharpshooter? Doesn't quite time it to perfection, so will get caught out attempting to defend that tier 1. Team Spirit evacuating the area. Yatoro's down bottom farming now. They'll give this tower up. Oh, they're TPing Lal up here. He's trying to solo defend this. Wait, is he going to 1v5 defend this tower? They're so scared of him.
That's a problem.
Oh, God. Lift, arrow, and the Flame Guard's on him. Lal going to zip away and dodges the X-Torrent play.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He's straight into mid to bully Krill out now, it looks like. 12-minute runes coming up soon. Yeah, even that tier 1 top, VP being made to work for it.
Dire's top tower
Just
has
a
fallen.
slight delay on that one. We're all good here. Oh, Collapse. He blinked to the rune, and he made an empty slot. He wanted Laryl to give him the bottle so he could send illusions. But they don't work anymore, right? They don't do the X-Spin.
Do they not?
Are
I don't think so. 'Cause didn't they kill Manta Axe?
I thought they killed Manta Axe because they changed the shard.
Oh, because it doesn't do the attack thing? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I feel like they don't spin anymore.
I don't know.
But
I don't know. You might be
You know
right.
how our Rottler Dota brains are.
Yeah, full of worms. I'm not sure.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
You can look that up. He's going Blade Mail anyway, Collapse. And he's hunting with his smoke. Mira sees the troll, but there's a sentry and vision was broken. VP gonna smoke themselves now. Kunkka doesn't really have an item, but he's got X mark both. Catch out Miposhka. A lot of damage from that Rubik stolen sharpshooter as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Maybe it
attack.
still works on illusions. For some reason, I thought they got patched. I don't see anything saying it doesn't, so hype.
Okay. Yeah.
Good. Well, now I wish they'd give him the illusions.
Yeah. It's so nice to send it around the map, farm some camps that aren't really yours. Collapse, 600 health remaining. And they're getting on top of him, though. The entirety of VP here, and even RPing onto Mira as well. So 3 kills in a row, regaining a bit of control, but they've still got nothing to answer this Terrorblade. Yatoro farming away, get himself up to that Manta style.
That's pretty impressive to get something good out of your first RP in this game, too. Desperately needed. Unfortunately, he got a little greedy.
Yeah, getting booted out of the enemy ancients. It looks like Squad X had already left. There was no Rubik there. Definitely a little greedy. He did force the Metamorphosis out of Yatoro, though. Curious to see if he's going to do anything with it or just farm away.
Yeah, a slight win there. They're fishing for another kill with their trio of Ducala, Seuss, and Notice, but big Papa Yatoro's running over, and Collab's there to back him up.
Yeah, he's got the blink call. Sharpshooter into sharpshooter. Mira loses half his health, but they kill the Mirana nonetheless. And with this meta remaining 5-6 seconds of it, get a bit of damage on the tier 2 mid. Might even bring it down. Collapses blink deep. They get the root on the Magnus though, so it doesn't get dragged towards the rest of Spirit. Unfortunate combo of spells. Miposhka going to leave a beautiful trail of flowers as he runs away from that mid lane. Now, it has given a bit of room to Squad X. BKB isn't that far away anymore.
That's got to be their next go timing as well. It'll be around the same time as the S. Actually, the SMY is just about finished here right now for Krillaz. So, goes for his Satanic. They can start fighting around with the BKB on Kunkka and then try and secure an Aegis. See if they can take that away from Team Spirit. I think that's the best you can hope for right now.
6-1 odds. Are we going to get that update again? It's going to go up to 9-1. Feels like Team Spirit, the ones that don't really have a firm grasp on this game right now.
Yep, it's not looking great. The thing is that it's just very tough to get back into this game for Virtus.pro because they don't really have the best setups since they don't have that blink. I mean, he is queuing it up now, but it's still going to be a while before he has it. And even then, like, I kind of wish there was a slightly better arrow setup. Maybe they could just try and rely on Moonlight Shadow.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Kunkka's X mark, but while he's farming BKB, he's not really being a part of the fights. And VP, 3 members in the mid lane. They don't get caught by the Bushwhack. Trying to keep tabs on the Krillat Troll. This is all time where Troll's not farming, defending this mid lane.
Oh, there's the BKB if they want to try something here. They'll definitely need Notice. He can't also be farming. They could also... Alright, yeah, he's going to TP top. He's getting out of there.
Troll screaming for his Empower.
Yep.
Dire are
Where's my
scanning.
buff?
The Dire scan Roche, because, I mean, good call. They know the Mag just ditched ball, and they saw him on the ward TPing up top somewhere.
Are scanning.
How do they get that? No blink for 400 gold on Mag. Still super reliant on this Kunkka Mirana to catch. And Team Spirit all grouped up, so no isolated target that VP could go onto.
Dire's top tower.
Troll Warlord, the only one really showing on the map here. Getting blink called. Blade Nails down, Krillat dead. Just gets slammed down by the Culling Blade of Collapse.
Yeah.
I kind of understand, like, you know, there's nowhere else to go. Bottom feels very dangerous. Mid lane, you're kind of shoving a wave, standing on your high ground. But against this Collapse Axe and a sharpshooter from Mira, you can get 100 to 0'd in a second.
Yeah, nothing is safe. It is very easy to just bring you down like that.
Yeah, like, congrats, you got your ulti off, but Culling
Yeah.
Blade.
But it's Axe. It's a pretty solid counter pick for obvious reasons.
And here's the Roche for Team Spirit. Who's going to get it? Yatoro. Aegis Manta Dragonlance. 18 minutes in. Now top of the net worth.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Ember Spirit's not that far behind him either. It's a double core as Collapse finds the catch on the top lane. Dunks down on Rubik, so now we've got a couple of stacks on that Culling Blade.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Squadix denies a DE rune. Not sure why he didn't just pick it up.
Gold for my chest.
Hates him, I guess.
I don't understand. Like, you're close enough to pick it up when you go to hit it. Why not just take it?
I don't know.
Don't know. Bizarre. But yeah, we've got Blink Magnus now. This is the time for VP to really start to play their draft out. BKB Kunkka, Blink Mag, and Troll Warlord with Empower on it. This is where they need their smokes, but they've spent a lot of them already. And it looks like Team Spirit, they're going to know this is ready, the Blink on the Mag. They're trying to play around with Yataro's Aegis, shoving out that mid lane, take control of the enemy Ancients area.
Oh, there's also a gem on Ducalis, so if they lose this fight and they lose this gem, like, I appreciate the vision because that can really help you get this comeback, but they can't lose this gem in this fight.
Look at Collapse breaking the smoke.
Oh, and the ward on the other side of the river.
Blink calls the two supports, and in comes the Bushwhack, perfectly placed. Torrent and Boat, they're on to Collapse, but he doesn't care. He'll keep chasing forward with a reflection, but Notice is in with a big RP. Quilla, empowered and cleaving into the TB, but they're also tanky, sundered up and dumped down. A double kill for Collapse, and this fight is a disaster for VP. Noticed will skewer back low, but they've got the chains rooting him up. 3 heroes down, and Collapse coming out with a triple kill. Breaks the smoke, starts the fight, everything perfect for this axe.
That positioning was so good. Like, that could not have gone better. The ward sitting next to the tier 1 in the mid lane gave him the vision, so when they all popped there, he's just hiding in the trees. It was just fish in a barrel.
But yeah, and it was also like a deer in headlights moment, right? The smoke breaks, they all start pinging in the trees, but no one did anything. They're just like, oh shit.
Not much to do, that's for sure.
Squadix, you okay? Getting body blocked by a TB illusion. Yataro with the micro. But this is really, like you said, where the game starts to crumble. The one silver lining is they did rescue the gem to Carlos.
I was gonna say that, yeah. As I'm running off to the east, I was like, whoo! It's okay, guys.
Save the gem. But yeah, I struggle to see how VP defends against this Terrorblade, who is an absolute beast right now.
I mean, did you see when he was locked down and Troll was swinging? His HP wasn't moving. It was a Terrorblade and an Enchantress, and neither of them were dying.
Yeah, yeah.
This guy's got 30 armor.
Pretty disgusting. And all of them are pretty tanky, right? Axe with Blade Mail, he's got 20 armor. Ember Spirit went for this Kaya Sand, so he's a bit tankier than you would expect. And he's an Agi hero, so he's got a decent amount of armor as well. Ent with Untouchable. And Mech. Good luck. And Team
So we
Spirit.
just killed Mira, that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool.
Focus the Hoodwink. She's going to be skirting the edges of the fight. Playing on the
Squadix up
fringes.
top here.
Has the BKB TP. Fortunately for him, there's nothing to stop it. But that is another BKB down. 7 seconds now without a team fight victory for him. Feels pretty rough.
Dire are scanning.
Rubik's taking Conjure Image though, so he's sending these illusions out to scout and try and kill couriers. He's going to get a courier kill with an illusion. Oh!
Okay, nice.
But then you look at the map and it's just being swarmed by Dire heroes. Like one bit of vision for Radiant to play under in their own bottom jungle. Krillak's being pinged though. Yataro says hello to the troll. What are you doing in my jungle down here? Get away from my camps. Yeah, high five, come on.
Listen, I need to farm, okay? So kill me if you must.
Aegis is going to be expiring soon, though, at least. So in 15 seconds, we can see VP try to go again. All gathering up top.
Play. Is it that time?
I think it's got to be. I just don't see how you go like head to head against this Axe and Hoodwink. You're going to get scouted, smoke broken. Gotta do some smoke, Moonlight Shadow, and long wraparound. Like, it can't just be one of the three. It's gotta be all three in conjunction.
Well, there's a rather deceptive Ember Spirit coming their way right now. Nimbus Rune, and he's gonna take his free kill here on notice. Man, that is fast.
Yeah, under dire vision. He's trying to scout for more as well. 3 heroes up here for VP under that Moonlight Shadow. And pinging out top tier 2 where Lol has set himself up to shove out the waves. What does he come up? Comes up the staircase. Torrent is there. Carlos with the arrow and the boat. And it sails on forwards, but there's just no way you're killing the Ember Spirit like that. Kaya Sanj, 2200 health.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Does he have Octarine soon?
Radiant's bottom
he mixed it up,
has
eh?
fallen.
Yeah. Yeah, I assume his Aether must be somewhere.
No, he still needs to buy it. Looks like he's queued up the soul booster, but doesn't have Ether lens yet, it looks like. On another DD rune. Go and collapse. Go take it.
Maybe he's just considering his bloodstone, you know? He's like, maybe. Are we winning? How are we winning here, guys?
Bloodstone Ember.
Octarine, how lame.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Mirror lurking.
Radiant's courier
Finds the courier kill, but will get skewered close to base. It's a good Acorn shot bushwhack, but Mirror gets his own spells turned against him with Rubik stealing bushwhack there. Up at top, though, Krillat is being scouted. What has he got? He's got TP, he's got Battle Trance, but with no BKB or Shadow Blade, they'll just surround him with everybody. Does get off the ultimate at least, but getting Berserker's called and rooted by this Ember Spirit. Krillat, he'll life steal a bit, pop his wand. Oh, gets the kill on Ember Spirit, rooted him before he could jump away. 3v1, gets a kill, but still does get taken down.
Beat you like a drum.
Okay, all right. I mean, that was probably a gain for him.
Yeah. And what's that? 662 for 344 gold change. But yeah, Ember Spirit trying to play that a little close to the edge there, waiting for his moment to jump or slight, and getting caught by the troll root.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's always nice to see teams when they are behind like this, kind of farming in these sneaky spots. Like Rubik is in the enemy ancients, taking large camp, getting a couple of wards down. So VP doing a decent job, but rescuing this game a little bit. It's only 9k, the lead that Spirit has. It feels like it should be way more. So VP are doing a tremendous amount of recuperating gold on the map.
I was actually going to say the same thing. Like, I feel like this could be way worse. So, yeah, I mean, they're going to lose Satyrs down bottom to a freebie for Ember. Oh, wait. Whoa, hold on.
Remnants. TP home. He's away from there.
I never doubted that he would live at, 11 HP or whatever. That was piece of cake.
And something that VP probably thrive on is base defense and fighting around Roshan. With RP and Kunkka's arsenal, they're pretty good in these close quarter engagements. So Team Spirit do have to be a little more delicate than usual when they're breaking high ground or thinking about Roche, which will be up in 25 seconds. And it looks like that's what VP are going to try and exploit here. Get a pick off somewhere, try and cap someone. And Lal is under Radiant Vision. But Roshan respawning very soon means VP, they've got to reposition and think about that fight instead.
And see if this Satanic can again make the big save versus collapse. So many things that can go wrong with this, though. Obviously, it just takes like one slip up from collapse and not hitting the button at the perfect timing. It's very easy for him to go down. We also still haven't really seen any proof that he's going to have the damage for Yadoro yet, because he's just getting stronger and stronger as Troll hasn't really progressed all that much in terms of his damage output. I don't feel like he's getting more control, but I don't know. Yadoro's still gonna be one tough coconut to crack.
What's the Empower giving him? Decent amount of damage. He's at what, 250 odd damage now, Krillat. Basher next, Scardy after. Needs all the stats and catch you can get. So with Roshan going the way of Team Spirit here, getting that Aegis and the Shard, it's going to put them in good stead just to push up, take down tier 3s. In fact, that net worth lead drops a little bit, down to 7k now. And Notice is in behind tier 1 mid, cutting waves, skewering away. Bottom lane being cut and cleared by Squadix and Krillat. And they know they don't want to fight in open ground. They fight either at Roshan, which they choose not to, or they fight in their base. Sayers getting caught there is a little unfortunate. But he'll be alive in 40 seconds to regroup with his team, and they know that there's vision around that top area now.
Scouting mission successful. I like the little floating Rubik that's pushing out the oh no, he ran the illusion away.
Dire's bottom
Yeah,
tower
the fire
is under
remnant.
attack.
So that's good.
With a shard, yeah.
Yeah, do a little bit of burning there. Maybe he'll get a giant save versus Collapse as well. The AC there as well. Okay, all right. There is now a chance, I think, with the big RP that they get enough kills.
And who's...
Laro, that's such a problem, though.
That's the thing. And Collapse making a move bottom, going to kill off Notice very quickly. 8 stacks now on that cold armor, so 12 bonus armor for Collapse. And we were talking about how tanky they were already. Collapse just making it even more difficult for this troll to pick his spots to fight. And you're talking about a big RP. Now, who are the ideal candidates to be caught?
Definitely Laro +1.
Yeah.
I think I'm not sure you have the damage for Yadro. I think if there's Collapse isn't caught, you definitely are not going to get him, you know, because he's going to be in there pretty fast with the counter helix. So it's just a tough one.
Squadex did X himself, but the Yule Scepter's there. Hey, does it keep him in place? No, it doesn't. He gets dragged back nonetheless. High ground being shoved. Conjure image stolen by the Rubik, but that's not going to stop anything. Multiple lanes trending towards the Radiant base now. Need the creeps to arrive though, Team Spirit. Spam out your Fade Bolt, look for the opening. Noticed waiting in the trees. They're pinged in, they know he's there. And daytime comes, and he does get the Horn Toss. Did the arrow land? It didn't. So with the Hurricane Pike, Yatro gets himself a bit of distance. It's a good glyph on the tier 3 though. Damage spread across him and Miposhka. And the tower, 23 health remaining. Still not cracked by Spirit. They have held.
I'd like to see the shard be picked up soon from Collapse. I feel like I haven't got a good feel for it, but I think versus Troll Warlord that'd be kind of interesting, where it has that stacking damage reduction on their attack reduction, I guess, more technically.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting if that's the only hero that he's hitting as well.
A bounty which my
Dire
nature
are
prize.
scanning.
Oh, where's VP going? Who are you going to find? Team Spirit. They're getting scanned.
Radiant are scanning.
Lol. Collapse. They know something's coming. Top lane is basically at the tier 3s. Mid lane's not being farmed either, so they knew that bottom third of the map wasn't somewhere safe to stand.
And there's only a minute 40 left on this Aegis. I mean, there's not really any pressure on
Radiant's
Team
top
Spirit to go
tower
high
has
ground, but
fallen.
I also kind of feel like they just can if they want to. Like, I don't think this game gets much worse or anything.
Shadows.
I guess they know that they kind of automatically win a high ground push if they can kill Noticed first. And the big thing still is that blink, horn toss, skewer, telekinesis, drag back to fountain. If they can dodge that, pretty much game over.
They're being cautious with the wards on the high ground too. Just trying to make sure there's nothing there. Mira, whoa, this could be good.
Yeah, no, catch the Hoodwink. That is a smoke broken, probably the last smoke that VP has to play with as well. So 40 seconds, Hoodwink will be back, and Team Spirit can go back on the map again.
Radiant's top barracks are under
Actually
attack.
surprised he didn't save buyback. Maybe this is something for them right now. Laro's hunting though, a little bit.
Ducalis, the ward, stands atop the high ground. He sees them all. Yatro, lol. He sees Collapse as well, right? They know the axe is lurking in the trees, but they still get blink called. Scardy from the Terrorblade with the arrow and Torrent. They are coming in. Krilak close to death in the RP, catching 2 of them. It's big for VP. They blow up Collapse. The Sunder, where is it? Will he get it off in time? He can't. So first life down for the Terrorblade. Squadex. He's trying to stand his ground as the Ember Spirit dives into the back end of the fight, but the Terrorblade gets the Sunder off in the nick of time. Turn back onto Krilak, and Collapses there with a buyback call. Getting Lol a double kill. And Ducalis caught out by the slight chains. Can't escape the grasps of this Ember Spirit. Hunted into the trees, and a triple kill for Ember. Every lane pushing into the Radiant base now. And very few buybacks for VP.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I can appreciate how long they waited for the perfect fight, and they did a really good job. I mean,
Radiant's
taking down the
bottom
Aegis is going to be
tower
very
is under
hard
attack.
to do that, and then kill terribly the second time. Very understandable, but so much solid prep leading up in that fight. Unfortunately, it's just a really hard
Radiant's
fight,
middle
it turns
tower
out,
is
guys.
under
They are very
attack.
far behind, and
Radiant
things had to go a
structures
little bit
are
better for them
falling.
if they want to try and find that one. But you can be proud of that attempted
Radiant's
defense.
top barracks are under attack.
Yeah, it feels like first 15 minutes, Team Spirit played perfectly.
Radiant's middle
And then
tower
VP
has
played
fallen.
perfectly in that scenario to try and hold on to the game, but if you've already lost that much, you know, foothold in on the map, it just doesn't really matter how long you hold on for. Against the TB Ember Spirit, they're gonna catch you and then kill your buildings. 2 lanes of racks down. Oh man, Cave Johnson gets. He's still got lines that I've not heard. Like, cool move, Dire. Now where are the Radiant creeps gonna sleep? Killed all the barracks. It's cold out there.
That's a great point. Where are they going to sleep? I have the winter terrain on. It's very cold, actually.
It's chilly out there.
Now they're just going to be upset. That must, that must really be why they don't have any gold. They're demotivated. Or I guess they're more motivated. That doesn't really make any sense. Why does it make our creeps bigger?
I don't know. That's a question for the ages, honestly. Do you think it should work the other way? Where it makes your creep stronger instead of their creeps weaker? I mean, the other way.
Yeah,
their creeps
I know what you're
weaker
saying.
instead-
You want it, yeah, there should be weaker. I don't know. That'd probably be too difficult to
broken.
deal with.
Yeah.
Your position 5 is just like
Radiant
one-shotting
are
the creeps.
scanning.
Yes!
Dire are scanning.
Woohoo!
Difficult terrain for VP to try and maneuver around now. Bot lane's not safe. Mid lane can't be dealt with, so they've got 3 heroes farming up near the top part of the map.
Shadows take us.
Potential roast spawn in 30 seconds, though. As Team Spirit will wander under a couple of Radiant observers. There's always a chance for these big plays to be made. Control can have MKB pretty soon. What is that? Just more mixed damage? Oh, TB has a butterfly.
TB has butterfly, yeah.
That makes sense. Team Spirit's coming for you, though. Noticed, run away. Ducalis, please, get out of there. Chucks an arrow.
Perfect.
And disengages as quickly as humanly possible.
Oh no, the ward! Mira,
The
place
Yules.
one down to get the vision unnoticed.
And Bushwhack cancels the skewer. If Magnus doesn't have buyback, this is really rough for VP. They're trying to force and glimmer him away. He does have buyback, though. So still potential here for VP to fight, as Roshan was a fast spawn and has returned.
Yeah. I think not being sure if he doesn't have buyback, the best thing to do is to check Roche right now, and they're actually sending an edge creep right now, so they're gonna find that that's up.
Which Dota hero is playing the banjo every now and then?
That's Hoodwink.
It is. I keep thinking of Arrested Development whenever I hear it.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Yeah,
Just
it's
a little
the
riff.
taunt from the new set, but he's actually not wearing the set. He's messing with you.
I
Yeah.
see.
Great scouting. I love this, because how many times do I complain about, I don't know, like Ench players and Chen players not doing this exact situation, but Poshka did exactly what I wanted. Just grab the creep. Sure, maybe it's not up yet, but I'm going to send a creep anyway. And there it was. And now the game's really easy, and Mag bought back. So it's like the dream scenario. You got everything you could have wanted.
Yeah, and VP going to show themselves bot, so they know there's no contact. It is just a freebie Roche.
VP even have vision as well. They saw something there, so I believe they know this is happening.
has fallen to the dire.
Aegis TB. Cheese for collapse. 8-second BKB for the axe. And a Moonlight Shadow. And we go onto the axe though. Krillap Squadix finally collapsed, gets off the cheese, and now the call. 2 of them trapped in place with the Bushwhack coming. Sunder there, Yatura tries to play forward onto them. Romance are out.
Okay.
Krillap though, killing off the Aegis. Is that his MKB ready? Yeah, he's battling away and looking for the Hoodwink. Nearly taking down Mira. Gets off the Scuttery and away she goes. And the turnaround for the Terrorblade. Second life is there. Buchanan's getting clipped by the Slight. But VP down 2 heroes now.
With honor.
A
Man,
third
he
one
looks-
hits the deck.
He looks so good in that first life, you know? He's just tearing that Terror Blade apart. Then he comes back and he's just so wimpy.
Man, didn't
It's
stand a chance.
all troll. 6k damage.
Radiant's bottom
It's been a rough game for
barracks are
Squad
under
X.
attack.
3,
Just
3,
so
and 6,
hopeful.
but Mega Creeps are coming soon.
Radiant's bottom has fallen.
I think
Radiant's bottom
if you look
barracks
back on the draft, that phase is what really threw them off. The Mirana and the Kunkka. I feel like the Mirana just didn't really do a whole lot. Didn't have great parries to work with. Maybe it's just because the Kunkka lost his lane and lost his tower so quickly, and they weren't able to help defend that tower. So then she doesn't have this like roaming partner to help out with and go across the map. But I feel like this was one of the most like useless feeling Miranas in the sense that like
Yeah.
you just didn't get any of the benefits out of the hero in this game.
Yeah, especially when Squad X dies twice with his double bracer build, right? You expect the Kunkka to kind of be on even keel or ahead of his
Yeah.
lane counterpart, and then Mirana plays with the Kunkka. You're running around, you know, in a different
Radiant
world. It
are
would look
scared.
amazing, but the fact
Yeah,
that Team Spirit kind of outplayed that first 10 minutes just made it fall flat.
You're expecting like high levels in X, and you just run around and people just die because they just get X into arrowed, and it's point and click setup. But
Everything
the axe pick was fantastic. It totally ruined a lot of these chances in the early and the mid game for the troll to make comebacks and like try and at least utilize the ulti and be a little bit involved with this build. Just it couldn't be done. And now Collapse is well, he's complete, I guess. He's got the Ags coming out now. Has that shard.
You ready? Why does Demon Zeal make basically the same noise as the Sunder, by the way? I realized in that last team
Confusion.
fight, I said the TB used Sunder. He didn't. He used Demon Zeal.
Just want to keep you on your toes. Oh, hey,
Yeah.
Squadix, what's up?
Oh, dear. Are you going to BKB TP? Probably going to have to. X-Mark going to get cancelled out by Collapse's BKB. And a quick Silver Edge to run away. No reveal there. Lol doesn't have the gem coming either. He attempted.
Okay.
Tried it with a scan forward and a blink back, but Squad X is in the trees further northeast.
That would have been insane if that hit, though. The scan into blink call.
Hey, he didn't go left. He must have gone up, right? Surely.
Still waiting. Still lurking to farm.
What's he buying? Scythe of Vice? Not too far away from it. That's the way to kill the TB.
Yeah, he's
The
been
Ember
looking for that one
Spirit.
for a while. Also, just getting some neutrals up, which is great.
Yeah, when you're... Oh my
Oh,
god.
Collapse.
Yeah, wait,
Collapse
what?
realizes, hey, we're all in
Find him.
camps.
We're all dead.
Hello.
Past each other. I was looking bottom where Yatoro was denying creeps with his illusions. I was going to say it must be really tough against Mega Creeps and against TB. And Yatoro just denying like half the creep wave to make sure that any little bit of farm that VP are trying to get, they're not. Oh, they see Sayush. They're probably going to catch a glimpse of Krillap there on the high ground as well. Moonlight Shadow does get the troll back to his base. And Rubik has a buyback. Skewer. Who have they got? It's Mira. Yule Scepter into the air. Torrent X-Mark. And that should be the death of... Oh, no, Mira down to the low ground, and the Hood Wink gets away with a sharpshooter jump. Squad X is invis, but the Scarly slow onto Krillap. Needs the Glimmer Cape to run away. Another bit of Demon Zeal here to push forward aggressively. Krillap battling with the Ember Spirit, though. They need saves, but they have none. Dead for 100 seconds, and VP defending their base, but for how long? Look at Krillap fall! Yatoro destroys the troll. Another horn toss. Skewer back towards the fountain as Krillap buys back to battle with Collapse, but he dunks on the Magnus. Looks for the troll now. Yule's up into the air, and Krillap, he's being bushwhacked to a tree. All tied up, and GG called.
middle tower is under
Team Spirit, a stellar performance here in Game 1 against VP, and really looking to secure that major slot for themselves. And Yatoro wanted the rampage, but the game ends before he can claim it.
Tough stuff right there. Yador gonna be very upset heading to game 2 after that, but yeah, surprised that went 42 minutes. Obviously some teams might have called at that point, but Virtus.pro showed that there were chances for them to take some of these fights, and I'm very impressed, to be honest, that it even lasted 42 minutes and they managed to keep their net worth that close. I hope that they're not too tilted because there were some chances where maybe they could have brought this back in the mid game based on how they played. But Team Spirit, like you were saying, they played this incredibly clean. They were really patient and they didn't get ahead of themselves, which is the key to winning these longer games like that.
Yeah, and it's kind of an interesting, I don't know, paradigm shift for me anyway, like looking at this kind of game. Usually in this scenario, you'd see kind of a younger roster, this kind of lineup, excel in the laning stage and then fail in the mid game. But it was kind of the reverse here for VP, which is, do you think it's a problem that's easier to fix, that early game laning stage drafting rather than the mid game decision making?
I think it's easier to fix over time, but the drafting can be kind of hard to fix in the middle of a series.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Hopefully they can figure that out.
Yeah, definitely. Well, there's game one. Team Spirit taking the victory in that first game of the series. And like we've been saying, VP, they need to find victories here for a chance to get to the major in Lima, while Team Spirit, a victory here in this series would, of course, secure themselves that slot. So we'll take a quick break, and game two is coming up right around this corner.